Welcome, all you beautiful beings out there. It is I, Ken Chorley, and if you don't know who I am an energy practitioner, a spiritual coach, and a telekinesis expert, or an energy specialist, and I activate human consciousness. And today, I just want to share a little bit about my interaction. In the last video, you saw that deer right at the end, that little fawn that was really close. Well, today I was going for a swim, and when I got out of the water, I saw her up in a little grassy area. And so I decided to go up there and approach her. So I made my way up on the hill, and I was able to get really close, within 15 feet of her. And she had recognized my energy from the day before. This time, I kept my energy calm, and I connected with her telepathically. I also did a couple little deer calls with her to comfort her. In doing that, I was able to approach. At one time, I was able to get only a few feet from her. I didn't have my camera on me, and it was really a precious moment. Like, it was so sweet. And she had spots on her. She was just so little. And I had a feeling that she wasn't orphaned. So her mama was close, but wasn't in sight. So with more telepathic communication, she ended up coming almost right up to me. I didn't get to touch her, but she was only about 2 or 3 feet away. And then she started to kind of guide me through the woods. And so I walked side by side with her, probably about 50 yards up this ridge, and then down into the valley, and there was her mama. And I got to see her mom down in the valley, and the mom was looking at me, and the baby was right there. The mom ended up taking a couple bounds. She was down the valley and kind of moved a little further, and then the baby came right up to me. And again, I didn't get to touch her, but I was totally in her energy field, and it was so sweet. And it's been years and years since I've been able to connect to a deer that close. When I first started teaching energy, and I had started an energy school, and I was training with a bunch of people, we had a deer that would come and sit with us under this tree when we would train and do aerokinesis and connect with the air element and work with storms. And she would always come out of the woods and be with us when we were doing energy. And so this definitely reminded me of that type of energy when it came to animals. And it was so beautiful. It was just like one of those moments, where it's almost like, it's paranormal. Because, especially fawns, fawns don't approach like that. They're very timid, and they stay really close to their mothers, and they would never actually come in that close. So it was just really, really beautiful and really amazing to experience. Let me show you this. Let's view up here. You can see where I'm at. I'm up on this bluff. It's one of my favorite spots. So I just wanted to share the connection to nature and to animals, and allowing yourself to be calm and in an open heart. And when you're in an open heart in that state of being, animals will approach you. I call it snow whiting. And I've taught students how to do this, and you can meditate out in nature and actually snow white, and the animals will come into your location. When you become aware and open your eyes, you'll notice there will be a deer over there, or there might be a bunch of birds around, or there'll be squirrels really close by. You'll actually draw or connect animals into your location. Just want to share more of the sun right there, the last little bit. Just take some deep breaths right now, connect with the sun. We'll see if we'll take a little walk over there. We'll see. It's so beautiful out here tonight. It's so warm. Lake Michigan is like 74 degrees. It's just epic tonight. Come over here. There you go. Little view. So you can take a seat right here. My camera keeps flipping over. So I want to talk a little bit about the pineal gland. I had shared on one of my Facebook stories an image of someone's fingers going into the pineal gland and massaging the pineal gland. And I made a statement that this is what I do. And what I mean by that is I am a human activator, so I activate human consciousness. And me personally, in 2014, I had a full-blown pineal activation, basically. And I was able to see the reality for what it really is. And this lasted for about 2 days. So I could talk to animals, could see all the energy. It really brought me to the forefront of my consciousness, to where I was basically strung forward into my knowing. And through this state, everything is unlocked for me. So, not everyone has a pineal activation that way. Some people have different types of activations, but for me, just being in my presence, and students have often said this when they've come and trained with me, is that being in my presence activates your pineal gland. Basically, it activates all your centers. And my specialty is the pineal and the heart. It is good to activate the root. It took me a long time to activate my root because I had what was called an upper triangle activation. So because I activated my upper chakras and not my lower chakras, I was out of balance for a period of time. And I actually, when I had my activation, I started smoking tobacco because, and not knowing this, tobacco really grounds you. And so I really needed to have my root grounded or activated. These days, I'm much more in balance and in harmony. So I can definitely teach you how to balance yourself and activate yourself to the full potential. But just from being in my presence and working with me as a client or a student or an apprentice, you're going to have these activations take place in your life. This camera is going wild. The technology lately has been kind of like going off the scale for me, and we're really in a really potent energy just naturally because of what's going on in our reality and all these upheavals, and also what's going on in the stars. Uranus just went retrograde, and so there's lots of things that are coming up, and this is a great opportunity for you to really dive in and get clean and clear. And anything that you've been wanting to let go and let fall away that isn't serving your highest timeline or your potential, now is the best time for you to go ahead and let that go. And go ahead and come into your knowing, come into your activation. Now is the best time to change your diet, to give up substances that have been holding you or cruxing you, things that you've been relying upon, religions, new age culture, things that have been suppressing you or causing you to become bound. I often talk about with students about the new age and what I call the new cage. And the reality here is ran in algorithms. Okay, we're in a reality that has a sentient consciousness that runs all the perceptions or the projections that we all have as humans in the grid. And the message I had gotten from that sentience was that the New Age movement itself is a deception, what was called the last great deception. Just like religion was set up to actually hold you back and to keep you bound in a cycle, this cycle of endless energy updates and endless issues and problems, and this psyops that things are out to get you, or that the aliens are going to come and rescue you, and alien Jesus is coming, and the Palladians are coming, and this is all false. there's no one coming to save you. It's not gonna happen. We are the aliens. We are the ones